When my daughter ordered a Pepsi at her engagement dinner, I knew something was wrong. My daughter Sky has been a Coca-Cola girl since she was 4 years old, and I don't mean that in a casual, I prefer it kind of way. I mean borderline unhealthy obsession. She once made us leave a restaurant because they only served Pepsi. Didn't even look at the menu, just stood up and said, "We have to go." She was 9. She has a vintage Coke sign hanging above her couch. Her phone case is red with the logo on it. In college, her roommate accidentally bought Pepsi, and Sky called it angry television static in a bottle. The girl has strong opinions, so when she turned 16 and started going to parties, I sat her down. If you're ever in a situation where you need help but can't say it out loud, order a Pepsi. Since you'd rather drink gasoline, I'll know something's wrong. She laughed. Mom, that's so dramatic. Deal? Deal. She's 26 now, 10 years, and she's never once asked for a Pepsi. She met Nolan 8 months ago. Charming. Good job in finance. Opened doors for her. Sent flowers to my house on Mother's Day, even though they'd only been dating 2 months. My husband thought it was sweet. I thought it was a lot. Then Nolan proposed, and they planned an engagement dinner for both families. 15 people at a steakhouse downtown. Very fancy. Very Nolan. When the waiter came around for drink orders, Sky smiled and said, "I'll have a Pepsi, please." The table went quiet. My sister-in-law laughed. "Sky, a Pepsi? Since when?" Sky shrugged. Just feeling like something different? She looked right at me when she said it. I couldn't focus on anything after that. The bread came, the salads. All I could hear was, "I'll have a Pepsi." I waited for a moment to get her alone. When she stood up for the restroom, I stood too. Nolan grabbed her hand. "I'll come with you, babe." "To the bathroom?" "I'll wait outside. Want to show you something on the way." They walked off together, his hand pressed against her lower back, guiding her. Throughout dinner, I watched. Nolan ordered her food without asking. Then he cut her steak into smaller pieces. "She likes it this way," he said with a smile. Sky didn't correct him, but I know my daughter. She hates when anyone cuts her food. Said it makes her feel like a child. His mother mentioned their new apartment. Nolan decorated everything himself. He has such good taste. "What about Sky's things?" I asked. "She's moving stuff in slowly. Nolan wants to make sure everything flows together." I looked at Sky. "What about your Coke sign? The one above your couch?" Nolan laughed. "That thing? Way too cluttered for the aesthetic. We donated it." Sky's expression didn't change, but her hand tightened around her fork until her knuckles went white. That sign was a gift from her grandmother. After dessert, I tried one more time. "Sky, can I show you something in my car? A little wedding gift." "I'll come too," Nolan said immediately. "It's a girl thing." His mother waved him off. "Nolan, let them have a moment." He smiled, but his eyes stayed cold. "Fine, but don't be long." We walked to my car in silence. The second the doors closed, she fell apart. "Mom," her voice cracked. "He's everywhere. All the time. He goes through my phone every night. He made me quit my book club because there were guys in it. I can't even text you without him reading it first." I grabbed her hands. They were shaking. "Why didn't you tell me? Every time I call, he's listening. Every time you visit, he's right there. He checks my location constantly. If I go anywhere without telling him, he shows up within 20 minutes. He proposed, and I didn't know how to say no. And then he started planning this dinner, and I realized if I didn't do something now, I was going to marry him, and I'd never get out." The Pepsi. She nodded. It was the only thing I could think of that he wouldn't understand. I pulled her into a hug. "You're not going back in there, and you're not going home with him tonight." We walked back into the restaurant. Nolan was already standing. That took a while. "Everything okay?" "Sky's staying with us tonight. She's not feeling well." His face flickered. "She's fine, right, babe?" Sky didn't answer. "Babe, tell your mom you're fine." My husband stood up. "She's coming with us." "This is ridiculous." "Sky, get your purse and we're leaving." Sky stepped behind me. "No." One word, quiet but firm. Nolan's mask slipped. "Excuse me?" I said no. "I'm going with my parents." The whole table was frozen. Nolan realized he'd lost control of the room. "You're making a mistake, walking away from everything I built for us." Sky's voice was steady now. "You didn't build anything for us. You built a cage for me." We left through the back. He didn't follow. Nolan sent 43 texts that night. Threats, then apologies, then threats again. We saved everyone. Sky got a restraining order and moved across town. Last week we went to lunch. When the waiter came by, she smiled and said, "Coca-Cola, please." She raised her glass. To Coke, and not the sniffing kind.